So guys, how are you doing today? Happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well, and happy Memorial Day coming up. This weekend is Memorial Day weekend. I know there's a lot of people out there that are leaving early off work today from their businesses, going out, getting out, going camping, going to the lake, wherever you're doing. So whatever you're doing, barbecues this weekend. Hope you guys are going to have fun. I don't think we really have many plans this weekend per se, which, usually we do something, but I think this time we might just sort of veg out. I don't know. We haven't really decided yet what to do. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well. And I have, actually, if you guys think, ew, this looks gross. Actually, it's green tea. I have my green tea today instead of my coffee. I had that yesterday, yeah. But I decided to go a little healthier today and do green tea. So anyway, today I had thought about, and talking about getting to know yourself, getting to know your potential. And a lot of people really, especially nowadays, everybody has so much potential. I mean, we all have an equal amount of potential that is within us, I think, but we don't always utilize our potential, right? And we don't, sometimes we don't even know ourselves. And if you're thinking, oh, yeah, I know myself, Donna, I live with myself every day, there's a difference in knowing yourself and living with yourself, right? Excuse me, there's a big difference. There are times, especially in the last, I guess in the last 5 years, especially the last 2, where I really didn't know myself anymore. I lost who I was as a person. I knew I was me, but I wasn't me. And I had lost who I was, and my potential that I had to do better, to better myself, to actually work to my full potential and just accelerate my talents and who I am as a person, all that potential, I pushed it down. I just, like a big brick, I just pushed it down. And I got to a point where I lost everything about what I knew about myself until I recognized it, right? It's scary. It's scary as all get out to lose who you are. It really is. If you've ever had the experience and you have gone through it and you have really, gone through that challenge, kudos to you guys, because it is harder than hell when you lose yourself, okay, and lose who you are. But one of the things that people, and I through personal development and through getting back in touch with myself and my potential and who I am as a person at the core level, I was able to get back in touch with myself again and who I really was, growing up and everything else. I really connected that back. So, but it takes work. And a lot of people a lot of people really don't want to get to know themselves for just reasons of, they don't want to see themselves exposed. And I'm not, when I say exposed, guys, I'm not talking standing there stark naked. Although, that is a good way to, I think that's a good way to really get to know yourself. Stand in front of a mirror without clothes on, You may not like what you see in the mirror, but it is you, right? So, and that's the thing with people, is we don't like what we see sometimes. As for us, looking at ourselves and getting to know ourselves takes vulnerability. It takes being exposed. It takes being open with ourselves. It's like an open heart, you just you open your heart. And a lot of people don't like that because it's very uncomfortable. It's very, very uncomfortable to feel the feelings and to get to know yourself on a core level. So, there's a big difference, I think, in just existing every single day, yet versus knowing who you really are. Okay? And like for our potential, all of us, every single person has really awesome potential. We were made to succeed. We were made to excel. We were made to create. I mean, us as human beings were made to just be happy. And a lot of the times, life itself, our problems, our challenges, everyday life brings us down, and it brings our potential down. And we don't want to operate on the higher levels because it takes what? Work. Wow, and the wind is actually really getting up today, guys. It is blowing like crazy. It has been really strange weather through here. Just cold, warm, hot, cold. It's crazy. But anyway, getting off the subject there, I was just looking because I heard something like fly by. I was like, what the heck was that? But anyway, we don't really want to operate. I think we do. I think all of us really want to operate on with our potential and the abilities that we have to operate at higher levels. I think we want to. I think we all inside of us really want to, but we either don't know how, or we have been influenced by other people, by society, to don't act that way, or don't do this, or don't, oh my gosh, if you just tone it down a little bit, would you? And what people are doing is they're not realizing when you say that to others, or like if you've ever had that sort of thing said to you, like just tone it down a bit, or just, what are you doing? If you're trying to live up to a higher level and live up to your potential and the full capacity of what you could do, and someone comes along and kind of just shoots it down, then you're going, oh, yeah, okay, and you're going down and you're just pushing all that potential back down again. You're hiding it, and you're going back to who you were to satisfy and make comfortable someone else. I hope that makes sense. And we have so much, I don't know if, we have so much that each of us can offer. Like, for example, I know with talents, when it comes to your talents, when it comes to what you can do, what you love to do naturally, that comes to you like second nature, we were all blessed with different gifts. Each one of us have these awesome, beautiful gifts that we were given. And a lot of the time, people will not live up to that to satisfy, to maybe satisfy somebody else, or because they don't think they can do it, or, there could be a lot of factors. So one of the things I have learned to do, because I had this challenge before, and again, when I do these videos with you guys, I'm telling you from actual experiences that I have experiences, things from the heart, things that I want to share with you, to hopefully, if you're going through these same things, or you've had challenges with this kind of stuff, you can know that you're not alone. Okay, you're not alone. I think if we could fully utilize our potential, we would scare the crap out of ourselves. I really think we would scare ourselves. Okay, because we can do it. The people can do it. We were born to be smart and brilliant, and we can do it. So I would want to suggest, if you're at that level where you feel like you're going to be judged by somebody else, and you don't want to act because we act a certain way around certain people. I don't know if you've noticed, like if you're around a certain group of people, you act this way. If you're around this group of people, you act that way. We all act different ways around different people. And a lot of times, and we don't notice it. We really just go by life and not even notice that we're doing these things. But I've had to kind of pay attention myself as to how I'm acting around certain people. And if I'm in a group of people, or I'm around, family or friends or whoever, and they're all like, oh, well, and you've heard me say this before because it all ties in. Oh, well, we can't do this, or, they're bitching and moaning about this or that or the other thing, and we can't do it, and we can't do it, and it can't happen, and this. Well, you're around those people, and then your potential goes down, right? You follow them, you get caught in that realm of, oh, I can't do it, oh my gosh, Or somebody has said something to you, like, why are you doing this? This is stupid. And it's something you love to do, but you kind of, when you're near them, you kind of like put it in the back burner. You kind of hide it away. You take your potential and you hide your true self, and you kind of lock it up in a little box and put it away while you're with them. I am going to say one thing about all of this. It is a bunch of BS. Okay? All of it's BS. Why do I say that? Because as human beings, guys, we should be able to act to our full potential, to be who we want to be, to have the freedom to speak out how we want to speak out, to do what we want to do without all that judgment from everybody else. And I'm not saying you go out and be wild and be mean and be cruel and just do bad things to people. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about our true selves down to your core. If you're not acting yourself and to your true, authentic self, you're doing yourself what's the word I'm trying to say? Disjustice? No, what's the word I'm trying to say? It's not coming to me. Disservice. There you go. That's what it is. You're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing others a disservice by not being yourself and by not working to your full potential and your full capacity. It's like, for like example with me, I got caught up in a thing where I was just, like with life coaching, if we're not there to our full potential and we're not helping others to our full capacity, we're doing a disservice to them and ourselves. And we don't want that. Okay, so getting to know yourself, let's go back to that. It all kinds of tie in. What I have done with me is when I was at that point to where I just lost who I was, I had to do a lot of inner work. And I'm still working on that, guys. I'm still working on that. I'm doing a lot of inner work. And I keep telling myself every single day that I am a brilliant person. I am a beautiful, talented human being. And when you say these kind of things to yourself goes, this is interesting. This is new. She's never done this before. And you start opening up different pathways in your mind. You start opening up different opportunities. You start opening up life. You start opening up to knowing yourself better. And if you can open yourself up to the point of seeing your flaws, of seeing the things that, all the stuff that we don't feel good about ourselves, if you can open that up and see it, feel it, know it, acknowledge it, but let it go and not let it influence the rest of your life. That's the biggest challenge ever, I think, at least for me, to really see, okay, where am I not being me? Where am I having these challenges and why? And I know I've kind of touched on this before. I know this is a little similar. This subject today is actually a little similar to some of the stuff I've already been talking about. Because it's so important, guys. I have to tell you, if you're looking to up-level yourself and you're looking to really work to a higher level with your life, with yourself, this inner work is so needed. And that's why I do a lot of videos around this kind of thing. This is why I started to do life coaching, because I have realized the importance of this in your, in everyone's life. And I have seen people destroy their lives by just not doing anything with it. And it's sad. It makes me really sad inside to see people go about their lives just all not knowing who they are, stuck, not, just not really doing much at all except staying in this one place. And it's aggravating to see people that way. It's really, like I said, sad to see people that way. And I think it's great to want to go out and help people see the true potential that we all have. us, in our hearts, in our souls, of what we can be so much better. Okay? And I know, there's probably people out there go, yeah, Donna, well, that's great, but how do we do all this work? What steps? What are the steps to do this? And I have to say there's steps that you need to go through, yes, but because everybody's so different, I can't tell you exactly step A, step B, step C, there's no real way to just give you a nice little cute textbook steps of how to create a better you. I mean, there's really no way to do that per se, because each individual is personal to each individual, and everybody's different. So what I might say that, I tell you my experiences, and I know that Toby and I love to share our experiences of what we have gone through, the kind of growth that we're doing, and what we're doing, and things like that. But that may not work for you like it works for us, or me, or, sometimes what works for Toby doesn't necessarily work for me, and vice versa. And that's just because we're two different individuals, right? I mean, so I can't tell you exactly what you need to do. That's something that you're going to have to really go into. I mean, the coaching, when I can go in with somebody very deep, but that's something a little different. That's my business. That's what I do. But as far as just some general advice without going much deeper and truly talking to the person individually, I can't just say, hey, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, without really knowing you and without talking to you individually. I can't really tell you that. The only thing I can say is take some quiet time, and I know you guys heard me say this many times before, and that's because it's so true. Take some quiet time to yourself, and without distractions. No phones, no Facebook, no internet, no kids, no husband, wife, just you, yourself, by yourself alone. Lock yourself in the bedroom, lock yourself in the bathroom. Go for a walk. I don't care what you have to do. Just get away, you by yourself, for a little bit. And sit there and just think. And you'll be able to feel this. You can tell if you're off. You can tell if you haven't been yourself lately. You can tell that. We can feel when we haven't been ourselves, okay? And kind of dig in as to why. What do you think is the reason why you're not being yourself? Are you trying to, are you trying to dumb down maybe yourself to for the acceptance of others? Are you feeling like you're going to get judged if you act your true self and you let your whole self just come out and be? Scared of maybe what family and friends would think of you? These are just a couple examples. What is stopping you from being you and getting to know yourself? Is it fear? A lot of the times it's fear. And I can say this for myself because, I was afraid to look in going, okay, what the heck is wrong with me? I don't understand what's going on. Why am I feeling like this? And why am I just acting like this, And it was I had to go in and figure out the couple of factors that it really was before I could see what was going on, before I could start to heal it, right? Because a lot of the times with fear is one of those things where it's not always the truth. You're telling yourself lies. And 9 times out of 10, whatever fear you're experiencing has not even come to the surface, hasn't even come true. You're just like getting all these fears in your head that are not real and hasn't happened. And you're just conjuring up all these excuses and all these fears, and you're going, I don't want to know. And you decide, I think I'll just turn on the TV and I'll watch that because I want to distract myself from myself. Right? That's the biggest problem, is people want to distract themselves from themselves. It sounds crazy, but it's so true. And we don't want to come to the terms of what we're going to see if we actually take time to look. We're scared, right? We're scared to see what we are all about. But once you have done that, once you've done the work and you start to create the healing around it, the emotional and the mental healing around it, you can then start to move forward from there and discover more about yourself. When you start to release all this crap and you kind of just let it go, like, and I'll give you a good example, guys. This is interesting. I was listening to a podcast yesterday? Yeah, last night. I was listening to a podcast last night, and they were talking about breath work. And this is another great thing to include when you're really kind of just doing this self-evaluation with yourself. Breath work. And you've heard me say this before, and I'm going to say it again. If you guys are sick of it, that's too bad, because you'll probably hear me say this time and time and time again. Breath work, or deep breathing, meditation. But they were talking about breath work, like when you're really stressed out, when you're really aggravated, you're upset, whatever is bugging you, to just take some time, breathe in for 6 seconds, nice and slow. You just kind of breathe in. And then, like, when you breathe out, you want to make a sound, and you want to have it not controlled. In other words, like when you breathe in, you go, and you go, oh. You kind of just, oh, let it out. Do that a couple of times and see how you feel. Because if you're sort of blocked up in your head and you're really, you're getting away and you're trying to think about what's going on within yourself, but you're just coming up with nothing, that's a good way to start, is do some breath work around it. Get in there, get in deep, breathe in as deep as you can, and, just let it go. And don't just go, just go, oh, and just sort of, oh. You can feel I did this last night. When I was listening to this, I was actually doing this with them on the podcast. And it's so crazy because I felt this full just release, like, oh. And if you tie that kind of breath work in to what I've been telling you about figuring out, trying to get back to your true self, and you include that breath work in that is going to start the healing. Because the breathing out, the exhale going, oh, it's getting out toxins. It's getting out emotional stress, mental stress. You're exhaling all this negative crap. You're letting it go. That's part of the healing process around it. And forgiving yourself. I can go on about this all day, and I don't know how long I've gone on, guys, but there's so much that we could do to really help ourselves. And first of all, too, you really need to learn to forgive yourself. Like, one of the things I did, and I will tell you this, I think about a week ago, I was listening, because I stay plugged into podcasts, personal development. I religiously stay plugged into this stuff with other coaches and mentors and everything. And one of the things is forgiving yourself. And all the things that you have done through your life that you remember that you didn't feel so great about, you felt kind of bad about, they were not good, maybe you hurt somebody, or hurt their feelings or whatever, or you said something, whatever it was that you did that wasn't right, you forgive yourself first, okay? You forgive other people for doing things to you, but you got to forgive yourself first. So one of the things they were talking about is tell yourself, I forgive you. Like for me, I would be like, Donna, I forgive you. And you say that a couple of times while you're doing this breath work, okay? Donna, I forgive you. It sounds crazy, and you're going to think, okay, this girl has lost her marbles. But I'm not kidding, guys. It really works. I did this, and it's amazing how much better you feel and how much more release from the crap that you've done and the things, how much release you get from this is just forgive yourself. And another thing to say to yourself or out loud when you're doing this work is, I am proud of you. Like, you can say, and I'm just using me for an example, okay? Donna, I am proud of you. Say your name and say, I am proud of you for how far you've come, for how much far you have come through all of this, okay? That right there has had a lot of meaning for me, because I was looking from a place of lack. Remember, I talked about that on a couple of my, Toby and I were talking about that a couple of weeks ago on one of the coffee break conversations here, is operating from lack, operating from a mindset of lack. And if you do that, I was doing that for so long that I didn't see how far I've come. I didn't see that I could be proud of myself for the little things that I have done. Because I felt like I was way down here, and I still felt like I was way down here, okay? But in actuality, I'm growing each and every day. I was getting a little more growth, a little more growth, a little better each time. And I didn't see how far I've come until I opened myself up, forgave myself, told myself I'm proud of me for getting that far, and then looking back and going, where I was just 2 years ago, guys, two years ago, I was on and I told you this, I was on this floor in a deep, dark depression. I hated everything. 2 years ago. You can ask Toby. I mean, just from the stuff I've been doing now, I was able to look how far I've come in 2 years. And I'm like, holy crap. Is everything perfect in my life? No, because nobody's life is perfect. Do I still have a long ways to go? Oh, hell yeah. Everybody does. We will never, guys, get to that top of the mountain where everything is perfect and life is always, and we have no more growth. We are always going to grow. You could be like 95 years old and still you're good. If you allow yourself to, you're still going to grow and learn. So it's always a journey. And looking back at my personal journey, just going from where I was to where I am now, I have opened up so much potential. Again, ties back. So much potential that I see in myself that I know I can and will and am doing. I have found more about who I am. I've connected back to Donna. And yeah, I have my days. I have my days where I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible, life's bad, all this crap, you know. We all have those days. But then I get out of it, right? It's the idea of, yes, you still can have those bad days. We all do. But the point is to not stay in those bad days, to not stay there. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. Don't dumb them down because you feel that way. Don't say, oh, that's bad, I shouldn't feel that way. Allow yourself to feel it, accept it, know it, but don't stay there, okay? That's what I've learned. Don't hide it, because if we sit there and hide our emotions and hide our feelings because someone else thinks we should, or what I have learned is someone will say, oh, you're overreactive. So what? If you're overreactive, be overreactive. But don't stay there, okay? If you feel mad, but don't stay there, okay? Don't allow it to consume your life, because you won't operate to your full potential, and you will lose yourself so hard. This is speaking from the heart, guys. I know Toby wasn't able to join me today, but I just felt really compelled to talk about this, and I know it ties into a lot of other things that we've talked about, but this is all part of the growth process, everybody. All part of the growth process. And if you look at it as not a bad thing, and if you just look at it as a journey, it's life's journey, you're bettering yourself, you're doing the work, you're going in and doing the work in yourself to become better, and not allowing other people to tear that down for you, no matter what, you will get better each and every day. You will get better and better and better. Your potential will start to grow. Your ideas will start to flow. You will Your creativity will grow. I mean, all these good things will come about, and you're going to blow your mind away going, holy crap. What just happened? You know, you're going to be amazed. You're going to amaze yourself of some of the things that you can do. Okay? So hopefully this has been a benefit to you guys. I know it's been a journey for me. Excuse me. And it's been a long journey, but you know, you can't, you just accept it and then move forward. Each time you accept where you are and move forward. But don't stay stuck, okay? Don't go back and stay stuck. That's the key point. So anyway, guys, I'm going to close out for now. Hopefully this has been helpful. If you know of somebody that has been struggling with these type of things, and you know they have so much more potential in them, and you know that maybe they've lost themselves and you don't know how to help them, share this video with them. Share this video with people that you know can help. And that would be a really great thing for them to really think about and listen to. Okay, guys, well, you have a good day. Have an awesome Memorial Day weekend, for one. Get out there, have some fun. Live up to your full potential. Be yourself. Don't care what anyone else thinks. Be yourself, guys. That's the thing that I have learned. Okay? Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.